Hey guys, what's up? Silver Streak 3.0 here, and today I have another Dragon Ball SH figuart review. Today we will be looking at Nappa, as I posted on my Instagram page earlier this week. I said we'd be taking a look at this guy. I just haven't had time to make a video recently. I just got back from vacation. So we will be taking a look at this today. I did get this on Mercari for a pretty good deal. I know this Nappa sells for like quite a lot, like currently. So that was a pretty good deal for what I got it at. I got it for $80. So not bad. The problem with Mercari is just all their like shipping and taxes. So there's just the like black and white photos along with the photo of Nappa right there. Then you have just more basic photos of Nappa. Can someone tell me if that's a Target sticker? I cannot tell if that's like the Target sticker. Anyways, alright, so we will get this guy out of the plastic, and then we'll take a look at all of his accessories, and we'll also take a look at what else he comes with. That's for like his energy ball. I haven't really watched Dragon Ball Z. I'm really only watching Dragon Ball right now until I finish that, then I'll start Dragon Ball Z. So I don't know too much about Dragon Ball Z, but I know just enough to where it's like, yeah, I'm a fan of it. Okay, so here is Nappa. Go ahead and take a look at him. So, obviously, this figure was released in 2017. So, this is a 7-year-old figure, so you can expect the articulation to not be as good as what it is today. So, his arms can't even go up. That's how far his arms go. If I put it any further, it's like, it's reaching. So yeah, I mean, his arms are pretty bad. They give him, like the movable or adjustable shoulder pads, so that way you can get pretty decent range like that. That's the only problem. They can't really like close in that far. So that sucks. You'd have to use the butterfly joint, and from my understanding, it takes a little bit of wiggling. To get the butterfly joint out. So there's how far they can go. I mean, obviously, if you consider like the spikes right here on like the corners, you'll see that it doesn't offer like much extra range. Kind of just really puts them out further than it does more than what it's supposed to do, which is kind of bring them more inwards. It just brings them more outwards. So that's a shame. And obviously I've had this figure for a while. Most of the stuff that I've had for a while, and just in case y'all want to see, that's the Dragon Ball shelf back there. So I will be reviewing like all of those figures on here eventually. It'll take some time, but yeah, I will eventually. Everything back there will be reviewed, and then everything new that we have coming in will be revealed. And I believe that I have Super Saiyan God Goku coming in, and then potentially a Krillin. I don't remember. So yeah, I mean, he's obviously got the little like Saiyan armor flaps, so just for extra leg movement, so that's good. Also, that's as far as his legs go, so that's pretty decent movement, I'd say. His tail's in place. Bardock, I have Bardock back there, the reissue specifically, and his tail like wiggles a little bit, so it's good to see that Nappa's doesn't do that. The black on his armor is a nice matte finish, so that's great that they didn't make it all like glossy like they did Bardock. Obviously, shoulder pads, brown paint. There's the back of the figure. As you can see, the little tail connects through like a peg almost. So now I guess we can get into looking at the accessory. Actually, no. Let me take another look at the arms. So the arms, I mean, pretty good range. I mean, you can't. That's about as far as it can go. Just because he's so buff that like his muscle right here prevents a whole lot of articulation just because he's that buff. And I mean, he's Nappa. He's a huge guy, so it's kind of like, you know, that's to be expected that he's like, you know, too huge. So that's understandable. Whoa. Sorry. Okay. And then maybe if I could just move. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Now my camera's fixed. Sorry about that. So yeah, I mean, we'll go ahead and look at articulation while I'm looking at everything like that. So he is on a double ball peg. So that's good. It's kind of weird though. So his head doesn't sit flat on it. Like if you look at the inside, it angles back. So like if you just put it on regularly, like that, his head leans back. So you have to like push it forward. So that's kind of weird. And then for hands, I believe it's a ball hinge. But, you know, at least back in the day, they didn't give us extremely tiny ball hinges. And they actually gave us decently sized ball hinges according to the figure. So, I mean, there's Nappa, and I believe this is also on a ball hinge. It is. It has really good ankle movement, though. So that's good. I mean, for a guy like Nappa, you want as much articulation in, like, the legs as you can. Alright, so now that we've taken a good look at the articulation and just the overall, like, looks of the figure, now we can get more into the accessories. So I will start off by removing all of these heads from the little, like, placeholders that they come on. If YouTube allows comments on this video, can someone tell me why they do that? Because I really don't understand it. I don't get why you just wouldn't, like, have the figure be put in, like, just put the heads in the plastic. I know Krillin also has it, so maybe it's just a thing with, like, bald characters? I couldn't tell you, because I have no idea. Alright, so I have all the heads out. I'm going to go ahead and get all the hands out, too, just so that way I don't have to keep going over here. And at this point, I may as well just dump everything out. And there it is. And then, yeah, his stand's right there. So let me lay out all the hands and heads. It's going to take me a minute to sort through all these, but we'll get there. So there's, like, his karate chop hands. That's for a specific pose. And, yeah, guys, if you want to get informed about, like, new upcoming reviews, I have an Instagram page where I talk about, or I kind of just post the figures that I'm going to be reviewing. So, I got a few things while I was on my trip. I got 2 figures that came in, and then I got 1 while I was in my vacation spot. So, I will be reviewing those soon. Anyways, okay, so he has these kind of like martial arts hands, I guess. So, I mean, those are cool. Obviously, paint job is really good. He comes with a set of karate chop hands. And then he comes with this hand. And I don't know if you want to call it like the hand for whenever he blows up a whole city, whenever him and Vegeta touch Earth, but anyways, now we'll get into the heads. Sorry, my camera just got messed up again. So he has, I believe this is the head where Chaozu is on his back, and he's like looking on his back. Again, I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z. If YouTube allows comments on this video, then someone please tell me if I mess anything up or say anything wrong about the figure. And then there's his like screaming head. I noticed Nappa always has like an eyebrow raised. It's really odd if you ask me, but like the figures always have like an eyebrow raised for Nappa. And then my personal favorite head, the Scouter head. I'm just a big fan of Scouters on figures for some reason. And then you have his regular smirking head, which is basically the Scouter head, except there's no Scouter sculpted on. I don't know if this is before Scouters were removable, like Ginyu, who I have back there. So yeah, I don't know. So now I'll go ahead and put all the heads on the figure. So here he is with his like eyebrow raised head. I'll go ahead and throw the Scouter head on. So here's that. And the Scouter. That head, that's my favorite one. Mainly because of just the Scouter, and I feel like Nappa's known for like having that kind of smirk on his face all the time. Then you have his like screaming head, which looks pretty cool. And then you have his like distressed screaming head where Chaozu's on his back. If I can get it on, that'd be great. Okay. So there you go. And now we can look at some of the hands, and I'll go ahead and put the Scouter head back on, because there's a certain pose that I would like to get him in, that I believe I posted on the Instagram page. It's just the pose where he, like, bombs the city. Or blows up the city, or whatever you want to call it. But there's that. Pretty cool. And then I'll only put one of the hands on just because running out of time. So then he comes with like a karate chop hand. So that's pretty cool. And then his martial arts hands. And I'm going to keep the right martial art hand on. You'll see why. So right, there's that hand. Looks pretty cool. So now we'll get into the accessory that he came with. And I'll set him right there. So he comes with this, which is a stand and like an energy ball. I'm not too sure, but oh, tricky part. It always pokes the bag whenever I try and get it out. So okay. So here's what you want to do, right? So you want to obviously connect the stand together. And then there's a little tiny peg hole. You might be able to see it, you might not. In the bottom of it. And then, boom. You just put it on there, and you can have him kind of throwing a fireball. So that's pretty cool. I think that looks really cool. It looks really nice whenever you pose it. Obviously, right now it doesn't look great because I'm not really, style posing it, because that's kind of just what my Instagram page is for. This is kind of just more of like a, I'm going to talk about the figure here. And if you want to get like poses and all that, you can go follow my Instagram page. It's just Silverstreak 3.0, as the YouTube channel is. So yeah, guys, I think that will do it for the Nappa review. Overall, I'd say the figure is pretty good. Obviously, it's lacking in a lot of things, but that's just because it's a 7-year-old figure, and I wouldn't say this is like, because this is nowhere near whenever like they were starting, but I mean, it is kind of just like a, more they're trying to figure stuff out kind of figure. So overall, I mean, if you are, if you have the money and you like Nappa, you should go get this figure. If you have the money and you're not a big fan of just like, not that great articulation, then you're definitely going to want to pass on this. But overall, I'd say it's, you know, obviously for what I got it for, great figure, good price, and, you know, it's just minor flaws, but I can't really, you know, expect something, like, I can't really expect the articulation out of this as there is out of, like, Legendary Super Saiyan Goku, which came out. I can't really expect that out of this, because this came out 7 years ago, and that came out, like, last year. So, overall, maybe like a 7 or 8 out of 10. It's in my top 5 out of all the figuarts that I own, so, you know, that's good. But yeah, I know it's just lacking in articulation that, you know, it really just isn't something that they could control back then, because they didn't have the technology that they do now. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching.